Hi, and welcome to Conversations with Chris. These casual chats are opportunities for me and you to get to know members of the Madonna University family, from trustees, faculty, and staff to alumni, donors, and students. I'm Chris Doherty, president at Madonna. Today, we'll hear from Robin Ward, assistant professor and director of the graphic design program at Madonna. Welcome, Robin.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here today.
Great, thanks.
For starters, tell us about what brought you to Madonna and what's kept you here.
Oh, good question. Years ago, 20 plus years ago, I saw an ad that Madonna was looking for someone to create newsletters for them. And I had my own graphic design business at that time. So I reached out to them, and they ended up asking me to teach instead. And I accepted the invitation, and I've been doing it ever since. What kept me here was I fell in love with the students. And many people in my field go back to teaching in order to give back to young people. And I fell in love with teaching right away, and I never looked back, and I've been here ever since.
That's great, that's great. So some may know you've worked with the famed Detroit muralist, Hubert Massey. And if you could tell us about some of that work and how it is part of your professional practice.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, that's one of my favorite experiences here, actually. I worked in collaboration with two other people here at Madonna University, Janine Kassab, who is not here now, and Deborah Koski. And what we did was we rounded up students from every major, and we created a mural for St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Corktown.
That's great.
And we did that under the tutelage of Hubert Massey, who is a renowned muralist and artist. At the time, he had an assistant named Nivek Monet, and I became friends with him, too, over this year that we worked on this project with the students. Nivek now teaches here. He teaches painting for us. But that project had students from every major, from many different backgrounds and life experiences, and they worked so hard. It took a whole year to get the mural planned through the students. We interviewed the homeless population that the church served and asked them what they wanted, and the students just grew into this great family of friends, and we all became close in the process, and it was an amazing experience. It still is one of my favorite teaching and artistic experiences so far. So it was a very moving experience, and we learned a lot from Hubert and Nivek, and we're still in contact with all those students too.
That's a great, great story.
Yeah, it's great.
You've had an opportunity to work with the Felician sisters here. You were integral and very much part of the Sister Angeline Art Studio here at Madonna University. Tell us about that relationship with the Felician sisters and that being much part of your work here at Madonna.
Oh, it's just so great. I've heard stories since I started here, Sister Mary Angeline, and she was our founding chairperson for the art department and was here for 40-some years in that position and taught hundreds and hundreds of students. And we decided to commemorate her by creating the Sister Angeline Lab. And we had a dedication service. This was 2021. And we had so many sisters in attendance. It was during one of our homecoming weekends.
That's great.
And her artwork is hanging in that room. And she also had an art publication business. She was here from the 40s to the 90s. And she created graphic design, painting, calligraphy, printmaking, and they ran a card and stationery business that would sell hundreds of thousands of items all around the nation. And that's just amazing to me, and I'm still inspired by it. We have a lot of her work in the archives, and we hope to have an art show next year with her work. So it's been very meaningful for me. I hear stories about her, and I wish I had met her. I feel like she's still here in spirit with us in the art department.
That's a great story, yeah. And I think evocative of the diversity of work of the Felician sisters through history and how it impacts our work today. And one of the great parts of homecoming weekend is the opportunity to go to the gallery events, and not everyone may know that we do have a gallery right outside the library here at Madonna. Tell us, for those who haven't seen it, tell us about the gallery and the work there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Our gallery is awesome. We love it. It's a beautiful gallery. It's got such beautiful light coming in.
Yeah.
We've had artwork from area professionals, lots of Detroit artists. Hubert was one of our art shows. Lots of great art from all different kinds of people. Well-known artists, emerging artists, lots of student art. We have our senior show every year, and sometimes twice a year, because we get winter grads and fall grads as well. It's always so wonderful to see the students with their families and their friends. And one of the most powerful things for me as their teacher and mentor is to watch them gather their work and frame it and hang it for people to see, and watch them suddenly realize when they see all their work hanging, they're so proud of themselves, and they don't realize how wonderful they are until they sometimes see all this. And they're always working really hard, and I'm poking them and telling them, come on, you have to do this and do it correctly, and you're going to be really happy. And it's so gratifying for me to see them proud of their work and standing up taller and watching people celebrate them. So we're really looking forward to that opening. So, yeah.
You brought some of your work with you today.
I did.
So if you'd like to share this with us.
Sure.
These are felted birds that
yes.
you created.
So I also continue my own work so that I can stay current and so that I can educate the students on experiences that I've had with clients. So I do illustration, graphic design, and I do felted birds. I do a lot of hand art. And these, I was in a gallery this winter with these little guys. This is needle felting, and it is, a lot of my work is nature oriented, and so I sculpt these little fellas out of wool roving. And people place orders, and sometimes I do realistic birds.
That's great.
And
thank you so much.
Sometimes I do birds that people ask for certain color themes that aren't really found in nature. They're pretty fun. And recently, I had heard that Ferndale Pride had lost its funding they have a big art show every year. And so I also had come into this wool that was donated by a friend of mine from her sheep farm in Michigan.
Wow, great.
And they were all so colorful, and they were like the color of rainbows. So I decided to do these birds, I call them rainbow birds, as a fundraiser for Ferndale Pride. So we'll be making these until the end of March. So this has been a lot of fun for me as well.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
We'll have them join us here on set. Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah, thank
They
you so
look
much
happy
for,
there.
for sharing that.
Thank you.
Tell us about some of your other memories at Madonna. If you could think about your best memories, what would they include? Yeah.
I think one of my favorite memories, as I said before, was working on that mural with the students.
Yeah.
And once we did that, we got a lot of requests for other murals on campus and other pieces of artwork that were student-focused. And I'm a big believer in service learning and donating your work to your community. And so my students are pretty well versed in that. And we do a lot of work for the school. We do a lot of murals that the students plan, and I help them execute it, along with help from colleagues in the art department. And I got to tell you, that's one of my favorite parts of working here, is that it's a community of people that support each other and support students first. And it's a very collaborative community, and that means a lot to me. And so I think some of my favorite memories are working with the students on projects that are for the school. We did a mural in the credit union. That was a lot of fun with it. We did a mural for the small chapel over near the dorms. And it's really so meaningful to work with the students. We're on off time, we're not in classroom time. They give of their own time to do this, and I get to make them listen to jazz music, and they think it's really funny. And we talk about food, and we talk about paint. One of the murals we worked on, we had no brown paint, and a student was insistent that they wanted to use brown paint and wanted to stop working. And I convinced her that you could mix brown paint using primary colors, which are blue, yellow, and red. And she just didn't believe it until I showed her how to do it. And that was really gratifying too, that she had to stay and work, and she knew that she could handle things that seemed like an issue, but they really weren't. So those are some of my favorite things about working with Madonna. And in my memories, those are the experiences that pop up for me the most.
That's great.
Thank you.
It's a terrific conversation. Thanks for sharing your talent, and we're so lucky to have you as part of the Madonna family. I wish you continued success in your work, and thank you for watching, everyone. Look forward to helping you get to know more interesting Madonna people. Peace and all good.